Have you ever met someone who takes almost everything personally? A harmless joke feels like an insult. A suggestion sounds like criticism. Even neutral comments seem to leave an emotional bruise. To outsiders, these people are often described as thin-skinned. But what if being thin-skinned isn't simply about being hypersensitive? What if it reflects something much deeper happening beneath the surface? Let's explore the psychology behind people who are thin-skinned. Many thin-skinned people have extremely fragile self-esteem. Healthy confidence acts like armor. When someone is secure in themselves, criticism can be uncomfortable without becoming devastating. They can separate feedback from their identity. Someone with fragile self-esteem can't make that distinction. Instead of hearing your presentation could be improved, they hear you're incompetent. Their entire identity becomes wrapped up in every interaction. This is because they depend heavily on external validation to maintain their self-worth. If praise disappears or criticism appears, their emotional foundation begins to shake. Some people develop an unusually sensitive radar for signs that others dislike, reject, or judge them. Unfortunately, this radar often produces false alarms. A friend taking longer to reply to a text suddenly means they're mad at me. The emotional pain is real, even if the interpretation isn't. Their nervous system has learned that rejection is something to anticipate, so it constantly searches for evidence that confirms those expectations. One of the defining characteristics of thin-skinned people is personalization. This is a cognitive distortion that involves individuals interpreting unrelated events as being about them. Most events in life aren't actually about us, but thin-skinned individuals often unconsciously make themselves the center of every negative explanation. This creates constant emotional exhaustion. They're fighting battles that often exist only in their interpretation. Their assumptions become emotional realities. Being thin-skinned is rarely about simply taking things too personally. More often, it's the result of fragile self-esteem. At the same time, understanding these psychological roots doesn't mean every reaction is healthy or justified. Part of emotional growth is recognizing that our feelings deserve compassion, but they also deserve examination. We can learn to tolerate criticism without seeing it as condemnation. We can recognize that disagreement isn't rejection. And we can slowly build a sense of self that doesn't depend entirely on what other people think. Are you hypersensitive? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.